Alright, we're recording.
Good morning, YouTube.
This
It's
is not
your
a
host,
test. This is rock and roll.
Dandy and the Beans.
Dandy and the Beans.
Welcome to 903.5 Beanie in the Morning.
God, what are we doing?
Call number one, you're on the air.
Yeah, so I was just wanting to know if you guys could play can you guys play some Freebird by Leonard Skinner?
Very funny, caller number one. Please escort that man out of the building.
Well, what do you mean out of the building? I'm calling you on my phone. What are these people doing at my house?
Anyways.
And he was never heard from again.
Anyways. Let's do some fucking D&D.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, it's your boy Skinny Penis here, back at you again with another video.
Alright. So,
Why does he sound like Chris Fix stuff?
hello YouTube, BB.
Who?
We started recording.
Okay.
The dude that does all the car repair videos.
Car? What the fuck are you on?
There's a dude named Chris Fix who that's how he starts his intro for every single one of his car
What, Skinny
videos.
Penis?
No. He says, "Hi guys, it's Chris Fix here, and this is what we're doing today."
I'm gonna have a marshmallow.
Hey guys, it's your boy Skinny Penis here, back at you again with another video.
Yeah, except he changes his name.
In today's video, we're gonna fuck a cactus.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Anyways,
Wow.
last we left off, the party had just finished recovering from their battle with the goblin camp, whatever was left of it after the initial raid on the town. And after recovering and noticing some strange happenings in the same room as them, they decided to return to the town, bury the dead brother of Eric Lightrock.
Eric.
Yes, I remember. I just have a million fucking characters in my head and have to remember them. All right. So after burying Eric's brother, they had begun to sort of collect their dues from the noblemen of the town, and Corvus happened to strike a deal with the man that if he can get them, I believe, 10 men, I said?
Yes.
10 men to at least get them started, and potentially a couple shipments of lumber, they would talk about a sort of deal.
Wherein the party would receive a 25% cut of all profits.
Indeed. 25% cut of all profits if you can get them 10 men and a couple shipments of lumber. However you get them, it does not matter as long as he is not tied to it in any way.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
That's what. Yes, indeed. So, after leaving the town and attempting to return to the free home given, they realized that their ass and cart had wandered into the forest and stumbled upon a couple of kobolds, familiar kobolds, and who had said that the party had arrived just in time, as one of the three, the eldest, had finally had his last breath and died on the spot in the cart. And then they tossed him overboard and did a little ritual dance. Cullen sort of asked some questions about their religion, and you guys eventually went on your merry way. And that leads us to where we are now. So, you guys are currently back, sort of in a somewhat trail. If you guys want to take the main road, you can, but you guys are sort of in the side trail that you guys had originally taken, which is a bit longer to get into town, but also avoids most of the main routes and stuff like that, a bit more stealthy.
Okay. How long is it gonna take us?
The return journey, originally, since you guys taking the same path, was 15 hours to get to town from the Freehelm Guild through this trail
Okay.
off the main road. But taking the main
All right.
road would cut it by roughly 5 hours, 6 hours, so almost half.
Okay.
So if you guys want to
I
continue on this
guess.
trail the same way you guys went before, that is possible.
Um,
Let's go. I think we should go back to the main road because going the trail means that
It is also early on in the
if
day, I will
somebody
mention
was
that.
following us,
It is roughly
if
5
somebody
o'clock.
was following us, they might be behind us.
It is roughly like 5 or 6 o'clock, so
In the morning?
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So, wait, did we like sleep at all during that rest after the battle?
Um, no, not you guys didn't sleep. If you guys did, it was just a quick nap. Nothing crazy.
Okay, so maybe regardless of which way we go, we should take shifts. See if uh,
Yeah.
see if we can gather our strength back up just in case something bad
If you
happens.
guys take the longer journey, I will say that all of you guys can get a long rest. But if you guys take
Let's
the
do that.
shorter journey, one of you guys will have to sacrifice a long rest.
Let's just go ahead and do the long rest because
You're gonna
I
take the
mean we
longer
leveled
journey.
up. We need
Long journey.
might as
All right.
Like
longer
it.
journey. Might as well
All right.
because while we're before we take the long journey and do our long rest during the travels, we need to have a discussion of why are we here anymore.
Well, first, let's decide on shifts.
Okay.
So, it'll be like this, all right? We will say that at least one person is going to be asleep per shift. Not necessarily both people who's not driving, so you guys can still RP if you want. Um, but it'll be like roughly 3 4 hour shifts per person, or I guess 5 hours since it's a 15-hour journey. So each person will get about 10 hours of rest.
Okay.
Okay. So, who has the most health right now?
I'm
Probably
still
be
at my
me.
full. I'm at
Oh no, it
32.
wouldn't be, not me then.
All right.
I'm at 20.
So, Maverick, as the healthiest one of us, perhaps you should drive first.
I will say you won't get any long rest benefits until all of this is done.
Okay,
Right.
that's fair enough.
And I will say until the first 2 shifts are done, because at that point, the people that have rested have already rested the full shifts they need, except for the person
Yeah.
who drove the first time. Because at that point, the third person's already like the third shift. People are already resting a bunch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, first shift is going to be Maverick, who's taking second shift.
Hey.
Um, between me and Cullen, who's the next healthiest?
It would be me because I think you're at 1, aren't you?
I'm at 13.
Yeah, it's still me.
All
I'm
right.
at
So
20.
you'll take second watch then.
All right, with the watches decided, we will move on to the actual journey. To start with, we will say either survival or perception is what you will need for like just making sure you stay on the road and don't lengthen your journey at all, and also that you are aware of the dangers of this forest. Do you guys remember the name of the forest?
No.
Felwyn Forest.
Green.
Yeah.
Felwyn Forest.
Right.
Named such because at the very center of the forest there is a large keep that peeks over, known as Felwind Keep.
Isn't that where the Stone Home Gum is at?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is
so
towards the
definitely
very.
not.
It is pretty much the outer edge of the forest, and it oversees the whole forest. So, with that, you guys go ahead and Maverick, perception or survival, your choice. Go ahead and roll.
It's gonna be perception because it's one.
Fair enough, sir.
15 plus 2,
15?
17.
17. With a 17, I will say that you are pretty perceptive. You said perception, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, um, as the other two immediately fall asleep after you guys haven't really slept in a couple of days and you guys have had a pretty rough couple of fights. So, you guys, as they fall asleep, you take the reins, sort of feed Rockstar the little bit of ass fed that you guys have with you, and you get moving while the other two take their naps. In the first few hours aren't very exciting. Nothing really happens other than you seeing a couple of deers trot over the trail, notice you, and then sprint back the way they came. Um, you do see a couple of bunnies do the same. You actually nearly run over one, but Rockstar moves out of the way just last second and shakes the cart a bit, waking the other two for just a moment. But first watch, nothing really happens. At the end of your watch, you do see um, sort of like shadow block out the sun for a split second, um, like a cloud sort of thing. So with that, that's the end of your watch. Second watch, Cullen.
Okay, that would be my.
Yep, you
Yes.
take the reins. Do you guys want to say anything? Any kind of exchanges whenever in between, or what's up? You just want to take
No.
over?
You
Yeah.
said there's a
Um.
cloud. I
Yeah,
saw.
you can't really tell through the tree line, like the canopy, but something did blot out the sun for like a split little second, sort of like a cloud. Like
Oh,
it was
okay.
just like a few seconds where it was just sort of shaded.
Okay. I'm
So
just.
anything I need to worry about?
No, I mean that's just
No.
all you see.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just in my head.
Okay. You said perception or survival, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm proficient in perception, so that is 17.
Another 17. All right. With the 17, you get the exact same score as Maverick. Pretty perceptive. You again see mostly just fauna trotting about. Um, you do happen to catch a sort of like jungle cat watching in the trees as you sort of just pass by. Doesn't do anything, just sort of studies you, and then hops along against the branches back into the forest. Um, and for a split second, uh, Rockstar gets spooked by a snake trailing across the road. And can you give me a dexterity check, real fast?
That is 17.
A 17 again. All right. With a
Yeah.
17, you quickly pull the reins back and make sure Rockstar doesn't take off or anything like that, and keep the cart steady, and continue on the path for another few hours. And again, there is a couple of times throughout this journey, more frequent than before, where the sun was again darkened for a split second. And with that,
Hmm.
your journey is over. Time for the next
Okay.
watch.
How did it go up here? Anything I should know about?
Um, I'm gonna tell them about the cloud and the snakes, and definitely about the jungle cat, because the jungle cat might be something I'm a little more afraid of.
Sorry, jerked my controller off the bed. I was trying to reach for my dad. I guess the real question is, do I know what a jungle cat is?
I would say you've probably dealt with animal trade before. So you probably don't know it by name, but you've seen it before. You can assume you know what it is if you would see it. Like you're like, I know what that is. I call that a stripey.
Right, it's a I'd know it if I saw that thing, but I
Yeah.
don't know the name for it.
Right.
Okay.
I call that a fucking
So they gave
stripey
me
fur.
I tell them, like, how it gave me a weird look.
Yeah.
You got stared down by a stripey.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing it didn't eat your face off. Right, I will. I'll go ahead and take my
Yes,
shift.
it's good.
All right. You take the reins. At this point, everyone is getting their full rest, so go ahead and take a long rest, and give me a survival and or a perception check, your choice, on this last leg of the journey.
Survival or what?
Perception.
Perception?
Yep.
I'll do perception.
All right.
Um, 8 plus 3, 19, 11.
11.
Yep.
All right. Real second. 1 second. What the fuck? Whoa. Hold on. My notes are being weird. All right. You said 11.
Yep.
After you sort of just woken up after a long rest, your body's aching, and you're still kind of tired. You definitely aren't fully rested after everything that's been happening, but you still keep your eyes mostly on the trail. You don't notice a whole lot, but clouds are covering the sun every now and again, and you're just like, nah, it's probably gonna rain. Um, yeah, you don't really see many animals as you're pushing through the forest, but as you sort of reach the outskirts and break the tree line to sort of hit the trail that skirts outside of the forest and into the Freehelm Guild from the side. Just as you break the tree line, you hear the sound of large wing flaps. And you look around, you don't see anything. You hear it again, and this time it's paired with a loud, ear-piercing screech, and it's deafening. The other two now bolt awake as this sound pierces the air, and everyone looks up just as a griffin pounces on the ground just in front of the cart. Rockstar rearing up as hard as he can to stop himself, but the cart pushes him forward and he topples to the ground. And the griffin now about to grab at Rockstar. What do you want to do with you being at the front, Corvus? What do you do?
Uh, the griffin is like on the ground in front of the cart,
Yes,
about to grab.
and he is literally about to like his beak is open, about to snap at Rockstar's face and try and grab at him.
All right, I leap from the driver's seat with my double-bladed scimitar and try to fucking land on the griffin's head with it and stab him.
All right, give me a dexterity saving throw. Athletics. You know what? We'll make it athletics or acrobatics. Your choice.
Athletics.
All right. Let me pull up the stats for this real fast.
The saving throw is what? Just a d20?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
15.
1 second. What the fuck is going on with my D&D Beyond? There we go. God damn it. It's moving so fucking slow. I just had it. Alright. So what'd you say you got?
15.
15. With a 15, you leap from the cart, letting go of the reins, and pull out both of your swords at your hips at the same time, and use them, piercing it in the neck ever so slightly, and use them as a, like, sort of stabilizer as you stand on its head. It is now rearing up and thrashing around. The other two, what do you guys do? As you sort of see everything going on, I will say you will not be able to make it to the griffin from the back of the cart right away, but you still have an action here.
Could I
How
do it if I
close
use
are
my
we?
feline agility?
With your feline agility, what does that do?
Doubles my movement speed.
I will say you're able to get up to it, but you're not able to do anything else.
So I couldn't like rage and get up on it.
I mean, you could rage and then get up on it, but nothing else. You wouldn't be able to attack it.
I'm fine with that. I just want when I get to it and I step, I want to make sure I step on Corvus's swords.
All right.
Like I want to land on his swords to push him in more.
Well, I will say you're able to get at its feet. You're not able to jump onto its head or nothing like that, because it is now rearing back after what
Okay.
Corvus did.
Yeah.
How far
Okay.
is it?
I will say, I mean, like I said, this is going to be all theater of the mind, so at the moment you're just not able to get to it, because getting out of the cart and everything would take too much time.
Yeah.
Unless you have a
Right.
thing to double
Okay.
your movement speed with no extra actions or anything like that.
Hmm. Okay.
Because your
Well, then
feline
I'm just
agility
gonna
was a bonus
rage.
action, technically, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna use my feline agility to get to
Well,
his feet and then rage at his
that's what
feet.
I'm saying, because right now we're technically not in combat. I haven't started anything yet. Like, initiative hasn't started, so I'm okay with you using 2 bonus actions. But I'm not going to say you're allowed to use an action and a bonus action. That's too much time.
Okay. So I can
You can rage
feline
and get
agility
up
all the
to
way
him,
up to his
yes,
feet.
but that's all you can do. You can't make an action, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So, Maverick, you being a rogue, can get up to him and make another bonus action if you want. Because you have bonus action, what? Bonus action dash is what it's called.
Yes. Sure.
Let me pull up Griffin's health and AC real fast. I'm also going to do... Also, let's go ahead and roll everyone initiative while you figure out what you're going to do. Maverick?
I
Not
should
me.
probably mention here that the plan is not. Well, I mean, it is now, but the plan was not to fight this thing. The plan was for me to distract it so you guys could get the donkey out of here.
Too late.
Yeah, too
Yeah,
late for
we are
that.
all.
Well, that's the thing. Initiative doesn't necessarily mean combat. This is all just how the order is going to take place. That could still be an option. Maverick can take the reins while both of you guys do something.
Oh wow, my
I
did
got
we all
11.
just did we all just roll shitty on that?
Oh
I
yeah,
got
we did.
11.
Oh, you did better than me. I got a 9.
Dave.
you did better.
Hold
You
on.
did better than me. I got a 4.
1 second, my love. True. Squirrel went to one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of those rallies.
Fuck yeah, I did.
You're so proud of yourself.
I am. It was my first one I've ever been to.
Right.
I'm stoked about it.
All right.
Good. Wait. Did I get- Oh no, wait, I got a 7. Never mind. Still lower.
Oh wait,
What did you roll, bro? Did you forget to add your modifier?
I forget to add my modifier.
All right. So what is our initiative?
Oh, never mind. My initiative modifier is a +0 anyway. So I got a 9.
All right. So
Yeah.
So I got 15.
would you get, Cullen?
7.
So it'll be Griffin, Maverick, Corvus, Cullen. Right.
Ouch.
Yeah, Griffin got an 18. 16 plus 2.
It's gonna hurt.
All right. So Maverick, you still have your action. What do you want to do? Do you want to take the reins? Do you want to join combat? What do you want to do? Because at the moment, Rockstar is still recovering from being toppled over by the cart, and it'll be a couple of seconds before Rockstar can even get going again.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna uh, jump off the cart and go after the griffin as well.
All right. So, with that, you hop off. You dash after the griffin. Do you want to do anything else with your last bonus action?
Could I? Well,
If you have a
could
bonus
I?
action of any other kind, you can do it. It has to be a bonus action, though.
Yeah.
You can hide, so you can get sneak attack on your first turn, if you want to try and do that.
Yeah, I could do a sneak attack using.
Well, sneak attack isn't. You have to attack to do a sneak attack.
Okay.
But you can hide first to make sure you guarantee a sneak attack.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'll hide then first.
Alright, so
Sounds good.
you sort of dive behind some foliage, because at this moment you guys have just breached the tree line. The cloud, you now suspect that the cloud thing that was overhead was this thing scouting out your cart. And as soon as you breached the tree line, it slammed in front of you, trying to grab at Rockstar. So you dash back into the tree line and take cover real fast, readying, I assume, your bow and arrow. Do you have one?
I was thinking about using a whip.
Well,
Bow
you
whip.
can't just hide in an open field. That's the problem. You would have to dash back to hide.
Mm-hmm. So
Or you could try hiding behind the cart. I suppose that would work.
yeah, I'll do behind the cart.
Alright, I will say you're
And
going to
use
have to
my.
hide at disadvantage because the cart is its target.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and roll and take the lower number.
17, 11.
11, huh?
Mm-hmm.
With an 11, you see the griffin's eyes darting around, and you notice it still has you in its sight. You are not hidden from it at all. This thing, being a very eagle-eyed creature, has good perception. Passive perception of 15. So, all right, that's the end of your turn. I will say you're still in melee range with it because you are in the cart, like hiding on the cart, or not really on it, but next to it. So, whenever it hits your turn, you will still be able to do melee attacks without having to move.
Alrighty.
It is going to be the griffin first. It is going to make 3 strikes, one at each of you. It is going to first make a claw attack at you, Corvus, as it sort of tries to bat you off of its own head. I'll give it disadvantage because you were on it. Ooh, that's a real bad roll. That is... Oh, actually, has good modifiers. That's an 11.
I got an AC of 15.
Ah, good shit. Alright, so... He tries to bat you off of his head, but you sort of keep yourself stabilized by the hooked ends of your blade, sort of just keeping it wrenched into the flesh, not deep, but sort of tugging at the skin. And just as you're about to lose your balance, you sort of hook yourself underneath one of the feathers, and now have both your butts like hooked under footholds, essentially. And keep yourself stabilized as it swipes at you. You dodge it. So now it's going to take a swipe at you, Cullen, as you dash up to it in rage. That's a 19.
That hits.
All right. You're gonna take 8 damage.
That would halved.
Yes, halved. So 4.
So 4.
Yep. And I want you to give me an athletics or acrobatics saving throw or a check because it's not a saving throw. So acrobatics or athletics check.
Athletics.
You have to beat a 14.
I got 19.
All right. You take the damage and you see it hook its claws like it's trying to grab you, but it skims off of your armor and scratches it up. It is now going to take a bite attack at you, Maverick, with its beak. That is an 18 plus.
Shit. It hits.
You are going to take 6 damage as it nips at you. So that is now the end of its turn. Next up is going to be Maverick, I believe. Yep.
Yeah. So where's it at? I would like to use the tentacle whip
All right.
against it.
Go ahead.
I got 18.
Let me look at what other effects it has real fast. This tentacle whip. You are not attuned with it. Let me attune you with it real fast. Would you have taken the time to attune with it while you were in the cart, so you could use it better?
Oh, can I?
Yeah. It just
Alrighty.
takes an hour.
Oh, it takes an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you could have done it
Alright.
while you were resting. So, while you were attuned with it, you don't realize it up until now as you go to use it because it's just been resting in your hand this whole time. And as you sort of whip with it, you feel a tugging at the base of your wrist where it meets your hand. And you notice that the tentacle whip itself has now embedded itself in that sort of like ligament that you can see in your wrist and connected itself with it. And you now see that you can let go of the whip and it just stays there hanging. So,
Dude's a freak.
you now gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this whip, but attacks against aberrations have disadvantage. So things like beholders and stuff like that, you have disadvantage against. However, you do have a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls against any creature.
Nice.
And any creature hit by this weapon takes an extra d6 psychic damage, 1d6, and when you roll a 20, a critical hit, the target is stunned until the end of its next turn.
Okay, so Wolf basically just turned into a fucking prototype. Cool.
I'm not liking that, though, at the same time.
Maybe alright.
Shit. Well,
So you
alright,
attack with the whip. Go ahead and make your attack roll. It's a d20.
18. Yeah.
Plus, it would be +2 in all the other modifiers as well. So it's your normal attack modifier plus another 2. I believe it would actually add it on D&D Beyond. Hold on. No, it does not. So yeah, you see how the hit DC is a +6? It should be a +8. And your D4 +4 should be a D4 +6. So go ahead. You hit the first one.
And
Roll a
It
1d4
was-
plus 6. You can do a maximum of 16 damage with a single strike with this thing.
1d4 plus 6.
Yep.
8.
8 slashing damage. Now go ahead and roll a d6.
5.
Plus 5 psychic damage. So, you whip the creature, and you feel this thing tug at your wrist when you do, as you now see that it is pretty much wrapped around your whole wrist and embedded into the skin at the base of it, where I said before. And as you strike the creature, you notice that not only does it leave like an open gash, but you see its veins pulse for a split second and the muscles start to contract in weird ways as the griffin spasms in pain. So that's your action. You do have a bonus action. If you have a dagger in your other hand, you can attack with your dagger of venom.
Ooh, yeah. I like that move.
So
Let's
go
do
ahead
that.
and roll to see if you hit. You don't have two-weapon fighting as a fighting style, so you don't get any bonuses to hit. Or any bonuses to damage, only to hit.
Okay. That
So
is a 12.
12 plus 7 is a 19, so you do hit, because your modifier for your dagger is a plus 7. Go ahead and roll a d4 plus 5, or just a regular d4, no extra dice. Sorry. And I will roll the griffin's poison save. And it saves. So it takes no damage from poison.
Right. Just 2.
So it takes an extra 2 damage from the dagger as you sort of attack with your offhand. Honestly, I'm just imagining Maverick right now. He kind of looks fucking sick. Like a fucking dagger dripping venom in one hand and a tentacle whip in the other. Alright, Corvus, that is now your turn.
Alright. So I'm fucking standing on top of the beast's head, my blade's driven in its scalp.
Yep. Right where the scalp,
And-
like at the nape of the neck, right where it meets the skull.
Yeah. And I just grab onto the swords and try to push them in deeper, do more damage.
I will say give me a strength saving throw to see if you can break further into the beast with its tough hide.
Okay, strength saving throw.
If you can do this, I will let you roll both damage for your action, but if you fail this, you will get knocked off as your sword sort of just slip out.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. With a nat 20, I will say you can roll 3 sword damage dice.
Alright, what are my scimitar damage dice?
And this is just your action, too.
1d6 plus 4.
So 3d6 plus 12.
3d6 plus 12. Okay. Oh, where'd my dice go? There we go. D6.
Where?
I got it. That's 2, 2, 1. Wow.
Underwhelming.
So that's 5 total.
17.
Yeah, 17.
So that would be...
You did about what Maverick did with the one hit with the whip.
Alright. You drive your swords deeper into the neck of this thing, and it rears back, letting out another ear-piercing screech. And this time you can tell it's definitely not in rage, but in pain. You still have your bonus action. What do you want to do? You can honestly, since you have a much more stable position with one of your swords, I will say you can retract one and go for another attack. If you so choose.
Um, Remind me, is throw a bonus action?
No, that would be an action.
Okay, never mind.
Typically, I believe. I think Baldur's Gate rules is different.
I think it is also an action in boulders. I just couldn't remember. Um, yeah, I will bonus action to retract one of the swords and kind of stab it again with another attack.
All right, go for it.
Uh, 19
That
plus
hits.
my strength, which is +4.
All right. Lighter, did you?
That is. God, I was just looking at it. I'm fucking so stupid. 1d6 +4. That's right. 3 +4, so 7.
7.
4,
Yes,
5,
that is
6. Yeah,
7.
7. Okay.
All right. Sorry, I just had to clean my dab real fast.
So
7 damage.
that's
You
in
take
addition
an
to the whatever I did before.
Yeah, with another 7 damage. You take another swing, slash it across the top of the scalp, and it's now bleeding profusely from the top of its head, seeping into the white feathers, now turning them a weird pinkish color. Cullen, it is your turn. You can tell this creature
Okay.
is starting to be pretty hurt.
Well, I want to take my bonus action, or is it an action? I want to get
For
to the top of the thing's head.
I would say you could use your movement to do that, but I will have to make you make a check to do so.
Okay, I'm gonna do that first. Yeah.
Especially with it thrashing around in pain, it'll be a lot harder.
Okay.
Go ahead and
What
make
check?
me an acrobatics or athletics as you try and wrestle your way up or jump your way up.
We're gonna do an acrobatics. Got more pluses than that one. That is 22.
22. With a 22, I'll say you're able to get on the top of its back, but on its head. You're not able to make it all the way up, but
Okay.
you are on it.
Can I?
You're just on its like where the wings meet its shoulders.
All right. Can I jump from where I'm at and land on his sword that's still in that
No,
skull?
you have used all your movement.
Yeah, no.
Unless you use your
Uh,
action and make another much harder check, like near impossible. I'm talking you have to beat a 30.
all right. Cool. Um.
Uh,
Well, at this point, then I'm just gonna,
Because
because that was my
uh,
bonus.
that was just your movement. You still have your
Okay.
action and bonus action.
All right. Then I'm gonna unarmed strike right in the middle of his spine,
You're gonna just
straight
punch
down.
it.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, you have your claws. You can use your claws,
Yeah.
so you can just scratch it open. What is it? D4,
D6 plus 2.
D6. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
That is an 18.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 8.
Did you add your modifier already?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It was a. I
did you
rolled a
add your
6.
rage modifier?
No. What's my
So
rage
it's a
modifier?
10 because it's a +2 right now until you get level 5, which is a +3.
Okay. Yeah.
So that would be 10 total damage.
All right.
You cut open
Yeah.
its back, and it's now screaming in pain as multiple lines of blood are now appearing on its brown feathers. Um, you still have that was your action. You still have your bonus action.
Uh,
You can make an additional attack with no bonuses,
yep. I'm gonna do that.
other than rage bonus, of course, if you hit.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Where is it? I don't have numbers for it. Plus 2, 19, 20, 21.
21. That hits.
D6. Damn. I rolled a 1, so 1
It would just be
plus-
3 damage. Because you don't get any other bonuses but your rage.
Ah, okay.
So, with that being the end of your turn, you now on its back. It is the Griffin's turn. And the Griffin, seeing this as clearly too much of a hassle, begins to fly straight up. Using both its movement speed and its action to double its fly speed, it flies 160 feet straight up. You are now 160 feet in the air on a Griffin, both of you. I will say, Maverick, you can make an attack of opportunity as it flies away. And if you can critical this, you can stun it, making it fall down before it gets this high.
I have to critical it.
If you hit a nat 20, your whip stuns.
I
Which
don't know.
basically means if you roll a nat 20, you save our
Whip up.
lives.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm gonna get out of this either way, but I don't know about you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
That's
planning on
funny.
steering the
I'm gonna
Griffin.
get out of this either way. I'm 160 feet in the air, no problem. I can see my house from here.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, you have that ship. We'll be fine.
How's a
Does that-
ship gonna help you?
Except for
Isn't it made of, like,
destroying the
cardboard?
ship. No, wow.
Better destroying the ship than in my life.
It would destroy both. Okay, I want you to think about it like this. You're in a car. The car falls off a cliff. The car is destroyed, and I'm sure you are too.
Okay. Okay. But
It's
here's
not.
the
It's
problem
not.
with
This isn't fucking Minecraft physics, dude.
You can't just save
Yeah.
yourself from a death fall with a boat, dog.
I'm gonna sit in it. I'll be fine. It'll take
No.
all the damage.
that. Okay, fine. Fine. So I can't take myself on a boat, but you know what? I can take that bastard Maverick out with me. Because that boat's gonna fall on his ass.
What I do?
Just
The
fucking
worst
TP.
part is
Could not heal me. That one time you didn't heal me.
I will also say, you guys can use your reactions to hop off, but in doing so, Corvus, you would lose both of your swords. Because you would have to abandon them. Well, you'd lose one of your swords, because one is embedded, not both.
I mean, it wouldn't be like build crippling. I mean, Corvus would be sad, but I have the Revenant double-bladed saber now. I could replace them.
Fair.
the worst part is you're gonna have to replace them.
Not if you crit.
I got an 8.
Fuck.
So you miss. And it continues flying up. Do you guys want to abandon? I will say you can. You will have to do it from 80 feet. You won't get 160 feet, but you will still be halfway up. So it will be a hurting fall.
Is there anything to land in?
There.
The closest thing to land in is the cart. It'll remove 5 feet.
Reggie's got this.
And I steer the
You know-
Griffin with his swords.
Can you steer a fucking pissed off
I
Griffin
mean, your sword's
with...
got to be in it with your sword.
Mhm.
Yes. I mean, it's got to be in the brain at this point. I push a little.
No,
further,
he
maybe I
pushed it
can
into
get
the
motor.
neck, not the brain. He's not pushing through the fucking Griffin's skull, dude. He's not that strong.
Ah.
He's pushing into the
No.
flesh of the neck.
Mm.
That's why it's bleeding so much, because it's piercing valuable veins.
So we either stay on for the whole ride and maybe certainly die, or we jump off at 80 feet and
There is a chance
almost
that
certainly
if you
die.
there is a chance that if you kill it, the fall will be lessened as it sort of glides to its death, sort of helicopter style, you know.
Sold.
I won't say it's guaranteed, but there is a chance.
What I need to do? Chop off a wing.
Well, no, that would make it fall faster, wouldn't it? The wings are what make it stay up.
I
So
guess
if you
so.
kill it and it goes limp and can't flap anymore, it'll slowly start falling.
Mm.
Because
Wait a
birds,
minute.
flap to fly.
Rope.
I have an
They
idea.
made flap for it. So... Okay. Let me hear it out here. I mean, it's just me and you up in the air.
Hang on. Let me make sure I can do it before I sound stupid.
If you want to refer to me with it, I can help you out.
Shit. It doesn't do what I thought it did.
What?
I was thinking I could do control air and water to like stop the flow of air and like make it where it has no flight resistance or whatever, but I can't do that. I can only create gusts of wind at 3rd level.
I will say, because, okay,
Yeah.
you can create gusts of wind, right?
Yeah.
So, gust 5e. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me see what this does.
Huh. We gotta worry about it.
I will say that you are probably capable of... There is a... Okay, if you are skilled enough with your casting of this spell, there's going to be a series of checks. But you will be able to glide this thing as it's dead by small bursts of air, keeping it up, making sure it doesn't fall too fast. It will be a
Before he does
series of
that,
checks.
before he wastes that spell, can I waste my command spell to tell it to land us?
Um,
Can I just tell it to fucking land us?
1 second.
I mean, what are the rules for command?
You speak a one-word command to a creature that you can see within range. The
It
target
has
must
to
succeed a
understand.
Wisdom saving throw.
It has to understand you. This thing is an animal.
Do I have anything in this animal?
This spell has no effect on the target if it is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it.
Die. Potato die.
Hmm.
So, yeah, this thing's just like, "Ah!" And you're like, stop! And it's like, "Ah!"
Okay.
I guess you know it.
Like the guy from fucking Beastars.
Okay.
It's like fucking Guldo.
All right. Well, Bernie slept there.
All right. I cast
Well,
gust of wind.
it is still flying by itself. It is not dead yet.
Wait, actually, I have an idea. Can I cast gust
Okay.
of wind and make a gust of wind that goes downward to push it back down towards the ground?
I will say you can reduce its speed by 5 feet. Meaning it still flies 175 feet.
Well, that's not gonna help much, is it?
No. I will say at most you can cast it twice. So 170 feet. Congratulations, one less die you have to take.
Could I use it to
I'm sorry,
kind
when you
of?
said could I immediately thought of like anime, and it's just like could I? Sorry.
Could
Go
I
ahead.
theoretically use it to be like a faux featherfall, like gust of wind myself upwards?
Well, that's kind of what I was saying. If you guys kill this thing while you're still on it and use the gust to blow wind under its wings, you can make it stay afloat long enough to not die.
I mean, like if I bailed off, could I like use a gust to slow my fall,
Not enough to not take any damage, no.
but like to reduce my damage?
Not by enough to not kill you. Not at 180 feet.
What
Or
about at 80
160.
feet?
Or 160 feet, sorry. At 80 feet, I mean, I will say you could probably reduce it by 20 feet, so you'd still be taking 66.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
I'm raging, so mine would be half. Can I do that? I'm gonna jump off at the 80 feet,
Alright.
but when I get to a few feet, I want to use Misty Step as a bonus action. Like
That,
enough range that I know I can Misty Step. Like when I reach the range to do it.
hold on. I don't think you can do that. I don't think that's how Misty Step works.
Oh wait. Wait. Never mind. Can't do that. I'm raging.
Yes, you are. And not only that, but I believe you have to be on a plane to use Misty Step. You have to be standing.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
You are actively falling.
All right. Fuck
Okay.
it. We're
You guys
on
are
for the
both
long
bailing?
haul then.
I will say to be able
Yeah.
to okay, just before we do this, Corvus, if you bailing and trying to gust yourself, it will be it'll be
No, I'm staying on.
oh, you're staying on?
Yeah.
Are you bailing, Cullen?
No.
Okay,
No, I'm gonna
I
stay on
gotta.
with him.
All
Fuck
right,
it.
I'm gonna start the new recording real fast because we're at 56.